Education shapes the nations, but who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpeon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not playing at all, please discuss.
Voice of the People, you can hear me now. My name is Patrick Doyle, and I wish that you continue to echo the voices of the people. Big up VOP TV.
My name is Ibifa Doko.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to Political Lens. Now this is Voice of the People Television and I am Chukwuma Okoro. In case you don't know, we are broadcasting on Metro SLTV channel 264 on YouTube and other social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. You can also be a part of this conversation by calling in or sending WhatsApp messages to the number scrolling on your screen. Let's bring in our guests, and we are joined in the studio here by Barrister Darlington Agomo. He is a lawyer and a political affairs analyst. He's going to help us make sense of these topics. Good evening, Mr. Agomo, and good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Koro.
Beautiful. Now, on the show today, it's quiet as President Tinubu quickly replaces FAROUK after Dangote's petition. Reps legalize use of beavers and e-transmission of results. NLC demands prosecution of terror financiers. Now, these are the major topics of discussion. Now, let's kick into the first one immediately. President Bola Tinubu has nominated new heads for Nigeria's petroleum regulatory agencies following the resignation of FAROUK Ahmed, CEO of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, and Boyenga Komolafe, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC. The nominations sent to the Senate for confirmation are Orishemuya Eyeson and for NUPRC and Saidu Mohammed for NMDPRA, in a move that has unsettled stakeholders due to its speed and timing. The resignations come amid a heated public dispute between the NMDPRA and Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Aliko Dangote accused the regulator of economic sabotage, alleging that continued issuance of fuel import licenses undermines local refining and that the agency colludes with importers against domestic operators. Well, he also made a personal corruption allegations against Ahmed, including claims of unexplained spending on his children's foreign education, which Ahmed has not publicly addressed. Dangote has since petitioned the ICPC to investigate and prosecute Ahmed, submitting details of the alleged expenditures. While Ahmed briefly met with President Tinubu at the presidential villa, he declined to comment afterwards. Well, legal expert Olisa Abakoba, senior advocate of Nigeria, warned that the standoff goes beyond a commercial dispute and threatens Nigeria's sovereignty over its hydrocarbon resources, arguing that regulatory actions are frustrating critical local investment despite constitutional obligations to manage resources for national welfare. Well, energy analysts remain divided on whether the resignations were directly linked to Dangote's allegations. Some describe the simultaneous exit of both regulators as suspicious, noting that the allegations were only made against NMDPRA, while others believe the changes were already planned. As the Senate reviews its nominees, attention is shifting to whether investigations into the allegations will continue and whether the new leadership can restore confidence in Nigeria's petroleum regulatory framework. Barrister Agomo, after Dangote's petition, FAROUK meets with President and he resigns. What do you see? What do you think happened?
I am not amused. No, nobody should tell me here that somebody is fighting corruption. No. FAROUK and Benga are political liabilities. That is why they have to use them as scapegoats. That is just the only reason, nothing else. Because if they are in the good book of the government, if they are doing something fantastic for this APC and Tinubu, that allegation, they would have set it under the carpet, like every other one. Mr. Okoro, were you not here when allegations were leveled against Wike, both in US and Abuja? What happened to that matter up till now? Please tell me. What happened to that matter up till now? Is that not corruption? So let nobody come and tell me that, yes, he's fighting corruption. No, he's not. He is removing those who are what? A political liability to him. Those who are political featherweight, they cannot contribute to his agenda. And that's what happened. How about Yaya Bello? The evidence from that American school is more than enough to jail him the following day. But right now, he's walking about. Is that not true? You can go on and mention cases, embarrassing cases. Mr. Okoro, somebody took the money at an NPC, 210 trillion. Up to today, nobody knows the person. Is that not so? So the money is spirit, it just disappeared, Abi? No, tell me that the government is not aware or they don't know the person, the people that shared that money and took it away. Abi, they don't know.
But Barrister, when you say that FAROUK, Ahmed, and Benga Komolafe, that they are political liabilities, I'd like for you to talk more about that. What do you mean by that?
Because
they served under Buhari. Buhari was the one that appointed both of them. So how come they are liabilities? I mean, they are supposed to be core professionals.
They are not contributing.
They are core professionals.
They are not contributing among those who are singing on your mandate, on your mandate. Have you ever seen them say such a word? Meanwhile, they are holding high up office where they are making money. And they are not contributing to a New Hope agenda. Why do you think they should be happy?
Okay, so
let them go and do it like a winter.
Is there a nexus? You know, is there a correlation between that Dangote made a petition on Monday and on Tuesday, FAROUK met with the president, and shortly after that he resigned? Does it look like it was planned, or that the president, if we go by your argument now that there are political liabilities, probably not singing on your mandate we shall stand and not contributing to the Hope Renewed Hope Foundation and all of that. Does it look like the president used the personality of Dangote to shove them aside? Is that what it looks like to you?
Look, it may be a coincidence. It may be true. But what I'm looking at here is what? Scapegoatism.
Okay.
Scapegoatism. That's what I'm looking at here. They want to use somebody to make him a scapegoat. If not, like I told you here, people have committed worse offenses in this government. and they are still walking about. EFCC have not even invited them.
Exactly the point. Exactly the point, barrister. This is just this was a mail petition
exactly.
by Dangote in less than 48 hours.
Action was taken.
Is it no? Okay, is it because of big man politics?
No,
because like you said, Omoyele Sowore has said, look, a certain minister in this cabinet bought a house worth $2.8 million
exactly.
in
and
the
the
US.
fact that
And up until now, we are still going back and forth. And we see one of the biggest, in fact, the biggest man in Africa come and send a petition, and in less than 48 hours, heads are rolling.
No, it is not about a petition coming from Dangote. Please, is it the first time Dangote have written a petition?
I think this is the first time that I know.
No. Remember, when Dangote was being frustrated from opening his refinery, there was a certain refinery in Malta.
Okay.
And those behind it were mentioned by the same Dangote. Is that not true?
Yeah, but he didn't write a formal petition to any agency, EFCC, ICPC, and all of that. He just said it off the cuff.
When government want to take action, the mere fact that something has been revealed, they will follow it.
Okay.
Abi? Yes, they don't need the Dangote to write it in details like this.
But okay,
that's not the issue. The issue is that something was said, and those things are subject to verification. Why didn't anybody take action? Is it true that he said somebody owned a refinery in Malta? Is that not a fact? So why didn't they follow the lead? Must the Dangote spoon-feed them? Must he spoon-feed them?
Barrister, and there's one other issue I'd like for us to untie here. Now, you know Serap. Serap has made more than 1,000 petitions. Serap has gone to court so many times. And even, got judgment in favor of the Nigerian people. Some of these judgments have not even been, implemented and all of that. But we see a Dangote. I want us to unravel why it had to be so swift. And imagine that moments after FAROUK stepped out of Aso Villa, the president quickly replaced them. So does it look like that he was already waiting in the wings for this to happen?
I told you that somebody has just been used as a scapegoat. That's just the thing. Dangote, they use Dangote to implement what they already have in mind. They use the Dangote to implement a predetermined agenda. If not, it couldn't have been so quick, Mr. Okoro. Okay, look at it this way. They only asked him to resign. How about prosecution?
Exactly my next question. So, do you think that something will come out of this whole saga?
Nothing.
I mean, we are still battling with Melek Yari.
Yes.
He's on and off the EFCC.
Exactly. Nothing will come out of it because if they should push FAROUK further, he will spill the bean. No? If they should push him further, he will spill the bean.
Okay, so you think that this one will go under the carpet as usual?
As usual, yes. Because he can never be acting alone. It's not possible.
But Farouk's resignation, is it an admittance of guilt?
Why not? If not, why not? They may have told him, look, do you want the EFCC to rough handle you or do you want to resign? And they must have given him options. And he chose the lesser evil. That's the truth.
So if he's not prosecuted now, how will his action, how will it deter others from being corrupt?
The army man, Badru, that resigned, did anybody run a check on him to see his level of complicity in this insecurity?
The Minister of Defense.
Yes. Did anybody run a check on him? Did anybody run a check? At least to say, yes, we are going to probe you. We have evidence that you did it. So when they resign now, it's a way of giving them a soft landing so that they can go and enjoy their loot or whatever they have acquired. That's just the simple way of giving them a soft landing. That's the truth. Because if not, EFCC would have been the one to pull this man in. They would tell him, oh yeah, EFCC, go and take this man down. Maybe he would have been cooling off like Malami somewhere. You know? Did you hear any prosecution going on? Did you hear? The man had just been eased up to go and enjoy his loot because for somebody to be using that kind of amount of money to pay school fees alone, that means he has times 4 or times 5 of that money somewhere. Is that not true? His Oga, Mele Kyari, when he was taken down, they said they saw 80 billion naira in his account. Is that not true? Up to today, what happened? Mr. Okoro, up to today, what happened? I said APC and their supporters just came to loot Nigeria. Because if you look at the amount of money these people are sharing right, left, and center, you now ask yourself, what is going on here? Anybody of APC that is given any high office, it now become a call to loot and loot and loot and loot. Tell me any of them that his hands are clean. They were just called to loot money, that nothing else. And so, why would you want to prosecute them so that they will not feed the bills and tell you how many they are? And tell you Mr. A follow, Mr. B follow, Mr. C follow. Now so will they share the money. Do you want them to start singing? Before they will convince me, Mr. Okoro, you see that 210 trillion naira, they must return it.
The 210 trillion naira, 210 trillion naira, the Senate Committee on Accounts is investigating that.
Oh, Mr. Okoro, investigating what for how many months and years now? Investigating what? That investigation, you know the end.
Barrister, the 210 trillion naira started missing. Like it's a cumulative 10-year effort.
I know.
So it's not as if they took it in one fell swoop.
Yes, I know. But it's under APC.
So it will take a long time to unravel all of it.
It is under APC.
Exactly. Yes.
So it's under APC. Thank God it is their members in the House that they revealed it and brought it to the knowledge of the public. So how long will it take? How long have APC been in office? That we are.
Mind you, that the figure is no longer 210 because they have removed 17 trillion naira, which they say they used to guard the pipelines.
Did they tell you that the money
in just 1 year?
Oh no! Did they tell you the money is from that?
No, you said so. You alluded to that.
I'm doing what?
On the morning show, you alluded to that.
So, and they told you that because I said it, therefore it must be.
No, so we just assume.
We are waiting for the explanation of NNPC.
Okay.
Let them tell us that money is from that.
210 trillion.
Yes. But why I say so is because how come it is when we started asking for that money that this kind of.
That is suddenly.
And I mean, is it not suspicious? You and I know that can never be. Using 17 trillion to police pipeline in 1 year.
Barrister, you know what 1 trillion naira is?
Mr. Okoro, if they ask you to count that money,
1 trillion, right?
If they ask you to count just 1 trillion naira in 1,000 denomination, you will take a whole year. Mr. Okoro, you will take a whole year counting it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is every morning you resume work counting money for 1 year. And by the time you are free, you may develop gray hair.
Barrister, there's this quiet in the industry. A lot of people allege that, look, Dangote is not just being altruistic, that he's fighting a war, a monopoly war. Because, I mean, how could, he's the biggest player in the industry, and you know that the agency itself, was brought up to regulate imports and all of that. So, do you see it in the sense that, look, Dangote is being fair to Nigerians by blowing up this, or he's simply trying to protect
the Dangote is acting according to the PIA.
Okay.
It's very clear that you don't import under that act.
Okay.
You don't import what local investors can provide. What the local investors can.
Barrister, I understand all of that. Now, Dangote just blew the lid open. Now, Nigerians are saying, no, while we are happy that he has done this, we are also thinking that he wants to more like constrict the industry. He wants to take full charge and control. So between business and ethics, where do we locate all of this?
No. Dangote did not stop you from building your own refinery. Did he? Did he stop you?
Okay.
But important is what is against. Yes. I didn't hear Dangote, look, Bua, don't come up. This one at this Ebelu, Abi, in Imo State. Don't come up. The one in Benin. There is no time Dangote say, look, I don't want any other refinery in Nigeria. He has never said so. And he will never say so. What is against is importation. And even saying that the quantity and the quality of the imported product is suspect. So why can't you look at it from that angle instead of saying you don't want that? Did he stop? Is there anything Dangote is doing in Nigeria that he said, I don't want any other player?
Okay, so basically, you think that he's not trying to entrench monopoly?
He's only trying to protect his business. Yes,
okay.
Which any other person has the right to do. Yes, because they are going against the PIA. And that was the main reason why that PIA was created. So why are you not contravening?
Barrister, let's look at what happened in the larger context of the war against corruption. Dangote said, how could FAROUK use $5 million to pay for school fees? Meanwhile, he comes from Sokoto State, where there are people who cannot afford 100,000 naira to school fees. Yet children are roaming the street. You have out-of-school children, and Sokoto State posts one of the highest figures. So, and we have an administration that listens to all of this, yet you are of the opinion and you think that nothing will happen to FAROUK because nothing has happened to Yaya Bello, nothing has happened to Mele Kyari, nothing has happened to the people in the humanitarian ministry and all of that. Meanwhile, this is an administration talking about the APC that came on the crest of Mr. and Mrs. Integrity, and we are going to fight corruption. So if you look at all of this, in the past 10 years, how far do you think that this administration or the APC administration has gone in fighting corruption? I'd also like you to understand that presently, 4 ministers of the former president are undergoing investigation.
Look, you see what you said now is enough to cause problem in a Senate crime. Because the people of the North have been so laid back. In fact, they have been treated unfairly by their leaders. I remember when I was interfacing with Gumi, when I opened their infamy, and the man had to surrender and say, I should pray for them. That is true, that the northern leaders are to blame. So fine. Now, what are you doing about it? Tomorrow, they will come and tell us the North are being treated. But to go and tick the boxes, this same northern leader called Indini, we had to go to US and donated $500 million in a US school just for the chair of that institution, Ms. Okoro. $500 million, that could have built in fact, edifice called a school in the North. But he used the money to go and answer big man in US. Meanwhile, his people are roaming the streets, hungry and uneducated. These are things northern leaders do, but later they will come and blame you and I. That's why I was challenging Gumi that day. I said, look at what you have done so far. You have been in office. You have been given so much privilege and opportunity. You have again access and opportunity to lead this country. More than 70 years of our independence. More than 70% of our independence. So what have you done with all these opportunity, privileges, and what have you done? I am not surprised because that is the way, will I say, idiosyncrasy, manner of speaking, manner of doing things and all that. It is common with the North. They don't want their poor people to grow. Mr. Okoro, that is a very wicked way of leading a people. You don't want them to grow. If you are from a poor family in the North, that poor family will remain poor. In the next 100 generation, nothing good can come out of there. Is that a good policy? That is why the poverty in the North is growing instead of reducing, with all the noise they are making. So these are the things that causes what? More poverty. You don't want to lift your people up. You don't want them to see the light. You want to be only you and your children. You are paying 5 million naira school fees for your children, so that when they come out, they will come and lead these other people. Meanwhile, the poor in the North are growing in number and they are getting angry. They are growing in number and they are getting angry. Instead of you to look for a way to lift these people up, give them education, give them a better way of living, You said, you know, you want to answer, you want to be rankaded every time, Abi. You want to be answering rankaded in the morning, rankaded in the afternoon, rankaded in the night.
Okay.
The following day, they'll come again, and you are happy.
And you do the same thing.
You do the same
But
thing.
let's go back to the petroleum industry. Now, Dangote has a problem that FAROUK, within 1 month, issued up to 30 licenses.
Yes.
Now, if we cut short import, do you think that Dangote refinery can feed our fuel need, our petroleum need in a month? I'm just asking.
The man said he's ready to take care of Africa. He said
it's not about what he said. Can he do, at the moment, can he do that?
Have you tried him? Have you tried him? And before you can now judge him. Yes. Well, look at the capacity of that refinery. The biggest in the whole world. What are you saying? The biggest in the whole world. That one is a fact. So why won't he supply us fuel? Mr. Okoro, how much are you consuming in a day that Dangote cannot produce? How much? The man has the capacity, and you have said it openly.
But the importation has not also led to a glut to force down prices. So what is the problem?
That will tell you that nobody is importing anything. The fuel subsidy scam has continued because these people...
But nobody is paying subsidy again. So how come the scam continues?
Who told you that nobody is paying subsidy? Who told you? Mr. Okoro, were you not here when this NNPC told the federal government to give them 7.7 trillion naira?
Okay, that was for July 2023 to September
October.
Yes, it ended in October.
The timeline they gave them ended. So you think they have not paid that money, Abi?
No, but I mean the subsequent ones.
Oh, if they are paid, that means go and gather more so that you now give them the bill. They will pay. Since they pay this one, they will pay the other ones.
If fuel subsidy is being sustained, so how come the price of fuel is hovering between 900 and 920?
Because some people are making money from you and I. Yes, they are making money from you and I. I have never seen where a regulator is a player and you expect the fairness to be in that industry. It's not possible. He will always do things that will favor him. A regulator is a player in this industry. I have asked you before, tell me, AHMED, in the telecom industry, when the thing was liberalized, didn't Nitel die? And then what's it called? NCC. Did you hear that NCC owns any network? The answer is no. Go to NEPA. NERC. Did you hear that they own one?
So who is the regulator and player here?
What?
Who is the regulator and player at the same time?
If NNPC is still important according to them.
But NNPCL is a privately owned organization.
Who owns it, please?
Limited liability is owned by the federal government.
Oh.
Of Nigeria.
That the federal government is...
It's an enterprise. It's a business enterprise.
Listen very well. Listen. Hold on. No. NNPC is now a limited... Is it in words or indeed?
Well, I know we have it as NNPC.
And the who is signing the checks.
We have shareholders. We have the Federal Ministry of Finance. We have the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and I think Budget and Planning. And all.
Are you serious?
Yes. We have three ministries that are shareholders.
Did you buy shares there as a Nigerian?
Barrister, they have not floated. When they float, we
after
buy.
how many years?
I just want us to understand the difference between regulator and participants at the same time.
But you can see it now.
Barrister, what can I see?
What can you see? How? NNPC is still important. That's why they made that demand from the federal government.
NNPCL is not important. NNPC is giving out import licenses.
Then why did they make that demand from the federal government? Please tell me.
Okay, to pay the people that imported on their behalf.
No. On their behalf. Are you serious?
Yes.
Those people, are they not supposed to go directly? Just like any other interview. Why are they going through NNPC? Please tell me.
Okay, so Barrister, let's establish the fact that NNPCL is a regulator and operator at the same time. So what do you expect? What should be the actual thing? What should be the right thing to do?
They told us when this thing happened that NNPC has nothing to do with the fuel importation or whatever. Is that not what they told us?
I can't recall them saying
that. They said it.
Okay.
They said it. That they are no longer involved in pricing or whatever. that the thing has been liberalized. You now have access to go and import and sell at your own price. That's what they told us.
Barrister, if you were made petroleum minister, what will you do with the NNPC?
I will clean up that place.
How? How will you do that?
Look, I will start all over. I will call experts who know this job from the private sector, like Ibe Kachuku.
Okay.
Come and
Ibe Kachuku, who was there before?
Because they relieve him of his appointment for whatever reason.
Okay.
We don't like good things in this country. Go and check. Whenever experts want to do their job, pronto they will remove them. So I will call people who know this job. You see that place? I will clean. If you mean hiring experts from outside, I will do that. They will clean this industry.
Barrister, how would they clean the industry? That's how. Let's get to the specifics of it all.
Hold on, because look, Saudi Arabia, Aramco, is it not working perfectly?
It is.
I will tell you, go there and study what they are doing there.
Okay.
Go and study how this thing is done there. Yes.
Petrobras is working.
Yes. Go and study.
Petronas is working.
Yes. They also, and that's why they are making, in fact, humongous advantage of that industry. You remember during the time of, was it not COVID-19? Saudi Arabia made more money than God of Mammon. And the whole world was, even the UN was attracted with the amount of money Saudi Arabia made. Meanwhile, the reverse is the case here. Mr. Okoro. So I will go and study. Saudi Arabia, please teach us how you are running your industry. Okay. Because the world is a global village now. We are not stopping them from pumping oil and all that, but we want to know how you are managing your own.
Okay, Barrister, I just pray that one good day you'll be made the petroleum minister. Let's see how far you can go.
I'm not joking.
In cleaning up that industry. Let's get into
these people who are taking the portfolio of Minister of Petroleum.
Talking about people that are taking the portfolio about the people that are taking up the portfolio of Minister of Petroleum, do you think that they will not, if they decide to open the Pandora's box, will a lot of people be in trouble?
So that if people can go to jail and return our money, why not? If not, all the money they are stealing in this country, Mr. Okoro, 80% of that money come from petroleum.
Do you think that the president should be the Minister of Petroleum?
He should not. Mr. Okoro, he should not. But greed will not allow them to leave that place alone.
Buhari was?
Greed will not allow them to leave that place alone. Greed.
Buhari was he greedy? Buhari was Minister of Petroleum. Was he greedy?
He's the greediest of them all. Greediest. This was the man who told you that whatever Emefiele did with that, nobody should touch Emefiele. And when they were asking me, the 23 trillion you took away from the CBN, what did you do with it? Who authorized you? He did not even answer anybody. And you are telling me that the man that took over from him will now become a saint. He will take lesser amount. Is that what you are thinking? No, tell me. If Buhari could do with Emefiele, and he confessed openly that yes, he's the one that took the money, then what did you do with it? He didn't explain to anybody. What does that tell you? You people overhyped Buhari. You thought he was a saint from heaven. But today we now know that the problem of Nigeria started with him.
But a book on him was launched the other day, and the president says that his legacies endure. The current president says that legacies of the former president.
What legacy? Ali, when you tell us for legacy, you tell us. You point.
Okay, Barrister, that will be a discussion for another day. Let's get into our second topic of discussion.
Point it out. Let us hear.
The House of Representatives has approved amendments to the Electoral Act 2022, formally legalizing the use of bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS for short, and mandating real-time electronic transmission of election results from polling units. The decision followed a clause-by-clause consideration of a bill presented by the House Committee on Electoral Matters. Under the amended provisions, BVAS becomes the primary tool for voter accreditation, replacing the smart card reader and allowing the use of electronic voter identification, including downloadable voter cards with QR codes. The law also mandates the direct electronic transmission of results to the INEC Result Viewing Portal, that is IREV, after results are signed and stamped at polling units, with provisions for cancelling elections where accreditation technology fails. Well, the amendments introduce stiff penalties to curb electoral malpractice, including a minimum 5-year jail term for presiding or collation officers who deliberately announce false results, and up to 10 years imprisonment for failing to properly sign or stamp ballot papers or result shifts without lawful reason. Consideration of remaining clauses will continue, after which the bill will be sent to the Senate and, if approved, forwarded for presidential assent. Barrister, what's your reaction to this development? Does it make you happy? Is that cheering news?
In fact, it is more than cheering news.
Okay.
My fear here is, will somebody sign it?
Why not?
That is the only
Why
fear.
not?
I said my fear. I want somebody to prove me wrong here, at least for once. Let somebody prove me wrong that, yeah, people will approve this. He will immediately the thing land.
No, he doesn't need to approve. All he needs to do.
No, this is a electoral act. The National Assembly has the oversight function to oversee what is going on there.
But it's part of constitutional amendment, isn't it?
Yes. That one is equally going on its own. Constitution is not, after all, INEC listed 144 clauses that you need to amend. Abi, under the former INEC chairman. So
Barrister, I'm asking a question. So I need our viewer to be educated.
Okay.
The Electoral Act is part of the Nigerian Constitution, isn't it? And if we want to amend it, the Constitution also says that if both houses of the National Assembly passes it into law, it has to go to the State House of Assembly, and we need two-thirds of those houses to say, look, we assent to this law. So is this process going to be different? That's what I'm asking.
It cannot be different. It's the same thing.
Exactly my point. So what should be the problem? What do you expect to be the problem when you say, I hope the president will sign it?
Yeah, it's the final authority now.
Okay, so if he doesn't sign it, I also understand that if it comes, they can override it.
They can override him. So
the problem now is the all eyes now on the National Assembly.
All eyes is now on Tinubu.
Okay.
All eyes, because the National Assembly have done their duty.
House of Representatives.
To their country.
Okay.
Yes, we will now know who is that person who doesn't want us to move forward. We will now know that at least the National Assembly is now beginning to wake up to their responsibility.
Okay.
The only thing I want them to do, especially those people in the Senate, let them impeach Akpabio. Let them remove Akpabio from office. Because he is the only person in that house that is an errand boy to FAROUK. Yes, if they remove him, maybe they can move.
Barrister, why are you bringing Akpabio into this?
Because
is it because he's the head of the National Assembly?
Of course, he's the one that told us that whatever FAROUK could tell him to do, he will do it. Is that not true? So, such a person, is he supposed to be a parliamentarian? Does he even know what he's there for?
Do you want him to start fighting the executive?
Not the fighting. Do your job. By doing your oversight function.
Must there be acrimony between the executive and the legislature for the country to move forward?
No. Look, the people who founded this democracy, do you know why they put checks and balances?
Yes,
because they know that power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So they put checks and balances.
Okay.
So that the parliament will checkmate the executive. Then the judiciary will checkmate the executive so that this executive does not become too powerful.
So that check and balance should it result to acrimony for the country to move forward? No,
it's not possible.
So why do you have a problem if the Senate president says, well, anything that the president brings and we see it as good, we'll let it go?
Please, with that type of statement and action and attitude, will it bring progress in the country?
Why not?
It cannot. That means the executive will not take advantage of and then they can bring all manner of things before this Senate. Abi, that's the meaning now. We are giving the president a blank check to introduce and bring any bill, anything, with the hope that it will be approved. That is not how to run a country. You can't develop like this. The parliament is supposed to checkmate, to scrutinize every policy, every bill that comes from the executive. Debate it, challenge it, and see whether it can last the test of time. That is where parliament is supposed to be working. So that the executive does not become a loose cannon who is acting without any check. That's the meaning. That's the only time you can now bring a progress in the country. Okay, look at since they have been approving everything. Look at where we are, Mr. Okoro. Look at where we are. Nobody asks the president anything. Nobody questions him. Anything he likes, he just do it without thinking, without checking. It is only when the public start crying.
But some senators are speaking out Some senators, Alain Dume has been very vocal. What's his name? Abdul Ningi has been very vocal. Natasha Akpotudua has been very vocal.
There had to be critical mass.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Musa Sani of Niger State has been very vocal.
That one is crying from outside. Okay. Now, let me ask you.
No, I'm not talking about Shehu Sani. I'm talking about Senator Musa Sani of Niger State.
Yes. Go ahead. So the people you mentioned, are they the whole house? The answer is no. We are talking of where the whole house.
Abaribe has been talking.
Where the whole house will gather and say, look, we are going to look into what was sent to us by the president. Then you know now that we are in business. Why is it that it is only when the public and civil society and some critics like us start crying and that the president will realize that he made a mistake in some of the actions he took? How come? Meanwhile, this Senate and they will say that the president is right. Look at the contradiction. The public will now be the one advising Tinubu and then pointing out at all the places that there are loopholes before he will now reverse himself.
Barrister, I have information that all the ambassadorial nominees that were screened have been cleared.
Of course.
Okay.
Is that part of the business of the National Assembly to clear people with bad record, people with some funny characters? Because the president wants them to be cleared, and it has happened. These are part of the issue.
Barrister, which one is who has bad record? Who has bad record?
Why is it that most of them are kicking against Rain or Mockery? Why? No, tell me why. With the way that man talks and behaves, is he supposed to be an ambassador in the first place? Because
the president finds him suitable.
That means he's going to do something for him that is not on record. Because if it's something on record, Rain or Mockery does not fit into an ambassadorial position.
According to you, but the president thinks otherwise.
I said, look, it doesn't matter what he thinks.
Barrister, it matters. He's the president
of the
Federal Republic of Nigeria.
No, he's not going to represent the president. He's going to represent Nigeria. Okay. So it is the interest of Nigeria that's the paramount here.
But the president fights him fit for purpose.
It is Nigerian people that will decide if this man is fit.
Okay.
Not the president. Yes. If you have friends, don't bring friendship into governance. Don't. You can.
But let's come back to the electoral law. Now, Beavers legalized. Let's just pray that it will be assented to, by the president, and electronic transmission. Let's interrogate technology, the role of technology in all of this. Do you think that Nigeria, we have reached a stage where we can employ technology in the conduct of our federal elections, general elections?
Of course. If America is doing it, why not?
America is doing it. Barrister, do we have steady power supply? And all of that.
We work on
network connectivity, internet connectivity.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts in a day. Let us start.
Okay, so we don't expect it to be perfect, 100% foolproof in 2027.
All of a sudden. No, we are going to continue to work on it.
Okay, now when these hitches and glitches come out in 2027, are we not going to say that, look, somebody up there or somewhere has manipulated the process to suit himself?
Look, from the experience we had, we now know where the loopholes are.
Okay.
We know where the glitch is, so we are trying to plug it. That's why Beavers and all this other one has been approved, so that all those inanities will be
manual accreditation.
All those things that will bring about another glitch will not come to play. That's the truth.
All right, Barrister, we are practically coasting home. Let's now, for what has happened, I think you will give thumbs up now to the House of Representatives for doing a good job.
I said this is the third time I said, why not? If I see good thing, I will be the first person to approve it.
Okay.
Thank God it's not coming from Tinubu, it's the House of Rep. I've not
but it will still get to him.
That way I will now know who is the problem of Nigeria.
Okay. All right, Barrister, let's get into the next topic of discussion. The National Labour Congress, NLC, alongside civil society groups, staged a nationwide peaceful protest to demand urgent action on Nigeria's worsening insecurity, calling on the federal government to protect lives and property as the country approaches the new year. Protesters marched to the House of Assembly across the country, lamenting widespread kidnapping, banditry, and terrorism, and questioning why Nigeria can deploy troops for peacekeeping abroad while insecurity persists at home. Labour leaders, including Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, urged the government to properly equip and motivate security personnel and to arrest and prosecute alleged financiers of terrorism. They also stressed that insecurity cannot be solved without addressing poverty, unemployment, and weak social welfare. calling for the implementation of social intervention programs and palliatives. Following the protest, NLC leaders met President Bola Tinubu for consultations with Labour, insisting that dialogue must lead to concrete action to restore security nationwide. Barrister, NLC has weighed in on insecurity. Nigerians say it is coming late from the NLC, considering that thousands have been killed before now. What's your reaction to the protest mounted by the NLC?
My reaction is that Joe Ajero is no longer effective in NLC. Yes, he's no longer effective. I have never seen any protest that he called that made impact. None. It is always at the 11th hour they will call him in Asoro for a meeting, and that will water down the impact of the protest, and he will now come and tell us stories. NLC presidents have outlived his tenure or his
usefulness.
Yes, so I will advise him to resign. Because if NLC had been acting accordingly, like the Oshomole of Yo before he became born again, Nigeria will not be where in fact, the executive will be afraid of NLC. They will be afraid of NLC. But today, NLC is no longer, in fact, the workers have lost, they have lost hope.
Barrister, this time around, they called him at night. The meeting lasted late into the night.
Yes, of course.
And ended, without anything achieved. Yet the protest went on. So,
where is the effect?
There was protest in Abuja in some parts of the country.
We are talking of a protest that will shake the country. We know when Yoshomole and Hassan Sumonu and the other labor leaders of Yo, Kokori, Frank them, when they call for, even with the military, they rattled the military. The country was on standstill. How many people noticed that there was a protest today? How many people? Tell me, how many people? So all these things that Joe Ajero is doing, in fact, the timing is equally wrong. Because this is Christmas period. And from what I'm hearing, the price of rice has not come down. The price of chicken is equally going up, since people cannot afford to buy goat or ram and cow. And so, what makes you think that Joe Ajero, nothing happened today? No, what makes you think that nobody put hand in somebody's pocket and all that? Because that's where it always ends up.
If it ends up like that, it didn't happen yesterday night. Didn't happen last night because the protest went on yesterday.
You didn't hear me. I said the protest was what watered down because that is what they wanted to achieve.
Okay. No, it wasn't exactly because the federal government has fixed early January for for another meeting, because trying to tell the NLC, look, we are doing enough. We are chasing these people, terrorists, bandits, and all of that.
Mr. Okoro, is it NLC that will prevail on Tinubu to fight insecurity? Is it NLC? The one that are talking with America.
If not the NLC, who should? I mean, this is representative of workers of Nigeria.
It will not have effect. It will not have.
Exactly the point. Who should put pressure on the government? Is it not the Nigerian people?
Good.
Represented by the NLC.
Good. All the while that Nigerian people have been talking and shouting and all that, what came out of it?
Has anybody mounted any protest against
the one they are mounting from America is the one I prefer.
Yes, you don't want internal dissent.
No, because they are not listening to us now. As far as you and I are concerned, they don't see it as an important figure in the equation. It is only when Donald Trump came with the gun blazing, that's when they will now sit up and say, this thing is serious. So if NLC is that effective, Mr. Okoro, all the other protests they planned, and at the end of the day, there was a meeting where some point of implementation was listed and all that. What came out of it? Remember when fuel subsidy was removed? There was a planned protest. A meeting was held, and 16-point agenda was listed to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy. What came out of it? You can see now.
Barrister, we're out of time. Let's have your concluding thoughts.
What I'm saying in essence is that NLC should stop disturbing us.
Okay.
Let us mourn our loss. we are already captured. They have already captured us. Let us begin to mourn our loss.
So how do we get out of that capture state?
We are praying that this thing will be over.
Okay, we are praying.
We are praying that it will be over. The bedbug told the children.
Okay, Barrister, we just fold our hands and arms. And
what else? I said that the bedbug told the children that, look, you see this hot, this bed, don't worry, cool down. Very soon, this hot water they poured here, it will soon cool down and we'll go back to business.
Okay, now, Nigerians, Barrister Darlington has asked you to not do anything but to watch and
because you are not going to achieve anything, rather they will shoot you.
Okay.
So instead of dying, unnecessary.
He also doesn't want any Nigerians.
So just cool down until this thing is over. If we have done 99, what is 100?
All right, Barrister, this is where we have to draw the curtain. I thank you very much for being part of this show, and I hope that we can do this some other time. Opinions expressed here are those of the analysts and not the official position of the Voice of the People television. Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, I've been speaking with Barrister Darlington Agomo, lawyer and political affairs analyst. Thank you very much, Barrister Agomo, for coming in.
You are very welcome. Yes, opinion expressed is equally part of the question that the analysts will ask.
On the behalf of the backroom staff, the technical director, bus manager, sound engineer, and ingest manager, I am Chukwuma Okoro. Up next is issues with Nena and Demduto. Stay with us and don't go away. Bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning on the morning show.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpillon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please discuss.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www